lost it there. Welcome back to G Willie's Garage, guys. And today we're going to be talking about a couple more three-wheelers that I got. So let's get into it. And today we're going to be talking about another three-wheeler of mine. This is my 1981 Honda ATC70. And the way I got this one is me and some friends were going to the lake, and there was this girl that I know who ended up going, and she knew I was into three-wheelers from Facebook. So she told me that her mom had a three-wheeler in storage that she needed to get rid of, and she only wanted $100 for it and asked me if I was interested. So I told her maybe, asked her what it was. She said she wasn't sure what it was. She thought it was like a smaller one. So I figured it was probably like a Honda 90 or a 110, but I told her to send me a Snapchat of it next time she was at the storage unit, and I'd let her know if I wanted it or not. So she sent me a Snapchat like a month or two later, and it ended up being this, which was not what I was expecting. So I got excited, and I messaged her, asked her how much her mom wanted for it again, and she said $100. So I was like, all right, I'll be there after work. So I get off of work, I drive over to the storage unit, and instantly, you know, I mean, I know it's not going to run. It's probably been sitting for 15 or 20 years, but it had 3 flat tires, and I don't care about any of that. The seat cushion was all ripped up. So the first thing I do is grab the pull rope and rip on it, because I know if the motor isn't locked up, I know I can at least get it running. So I rip on the pull rope, and the pull rope breaks, and but the motor did turn over, so I knew that it would run. So I paid her $100. They helped me load it up, and at that time I was driving a 2000 Ford Expedition. And this thing is so small that we just lifted it up and put it in the back. So I bought the thing and I get it home. I'm excited because, you know, now at that point, my nieces and my nephew were real young, and they were actually even too small to even ride it. But at least now we had a bike that they could actually learn how to ride on. So me and my brother-in-law are super excited about it. I call him over, he comes over, and he's checking it out. And I start going through it, figuring out what I need to order in order to get this thing to run. And I obviously know it's going to need 3 new tires, so I get those ordered. I pull the carb off, and the carb is just cooked. So I found a replacement carb. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I know it was like really cheap, like maybe $40, if that. But anyway, so I ordered the carb for it, and then I did some research, and turns out these things have a points and condenser setup, and I don't know anything about them, but I ordered some new parts for that, and I just watched some videos, and it looked simple enough. So I get all that, put it together, put a fresh plug in it, fresh gas, and the air filter was disintegrating. So I just took that off, and I was like, whatever, you know, I can get it to run without an air filter. So I put all that new stuff on and ripped on the cord a few times after I replaced it, because like I said, I broke the pull rope when I was looking at it. But I ripped on it a few times and got it to fire up. So I end up getting it running, and I'm super excited at this point. So even though I'm way too big for it, you know, I'm still a kid at heart, so I go ripping around on it a little bit. It's got a cracked front fender here from where when my nieces were old enough to learn how to ride, my youngest niece ran it into the back of her dad's pickup, so broke the front fender, but you know, I don't care. It's literally a learning bike. And all right, this is my second ATC70. This one is a 1985, and yeah, this thing's pretty clapped out. The only reason I got it is because I traded a whole bunch of stock 250R parts for it, which, you know, that stock stuff was just sitting up in the rafters of my parents' garage, and I didn't plan on using it ever again. So this guy was trying to sell this, and I don't remember what he was asking for it, but I started looking on his Facebook profile because I found it on Marketplace, and I seen that he had a whole bunch of other three-wheelers. So I messaged him, asked him if he'd be interested in some 250R parts for a trade, and he asked me what I had. I told him what I had. So we ended up talking and came to an agreement on what I was going to trade him for this, and that's how I ended up with this one here. When I got the second one, I fully intended on doing the Piranha motor swap and, you know, stretching the frame out and all that stuff to make it more of a adult friendly mini toy. So that's what I'm going to end up doing with this. I started ordering some parts for it, but I still have a lot more to go, and I plan on doing the whole build, making a video series on, you know, tearing it down, repowder coating everything, stretching the frame, putting the new motor in. I plan on recording all of that, so if you guys are interested in that and you want to see, you know, the outcome of it, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting videos on there when I get around to actually working on it. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video over my Honda ATC70's. Like I said, if you guys want to watch me rebuild this one over here, I'm going to tear it down, lengthen out the frame, put the Piranha 140 engine on it, and hopefully it'll be a pretty fun little mini after I'm done. This one here, I plan on just leaving it pretty much the way it is. I don't know, maybe I'll get bored and pull it all apart and just repowder coat everything. I might put a different exhaust on it, but for the most part, I'm just going to leave this one alone because my daughter's 1.5 years old now, so, you know, here in a couple years, she can learn how to ride on this, and hopefully, you know, take her out and we can go ride as a family, so that'll be fun. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching.